What's up guys, today we're going to be reviewing the Panasonic G7 in 2019. Is it still worth it? A camera that came out in 2015? Well, here it is. I think it's pretty darn worth it. It comes in at $500 and you can get a pretty good package deal with it. So I got mine with the Rode Video Micro bundled with this for $500 brand new. It was a pretty good deal, especially the preamps are pretty good on this too, so it really didn't have any hissing or any weird noises from the bad preamps, because it doesn't have bad preamps. Another thing I like about this is the fully articulating touchscreen, which is good for making videos of filming yourself or vlogging, which is nice. The EVF being mirrorless, you can film and look through the EVF and kind of see what you're filming, which is pretty cool because the DSLRs don't let you do that, but DSLRs have better battery life. Battery life on this came in at like 3 hours of continuous filming here and then taking pictures here, constantly using it, which is pretty good for a mirrorless camera like this. The SD card goes in with the battery at the bottom, so yeah, it doesn't have one of those dedicated SD card slots, which is nice to have, but this one doesn't. On the right side we have a AV output, an HDMI, and a remote. So you could take a remote for this. You would use that for like focus and stuff, but you could just use your app, or you could just use the Panasonic Lumx apps for like setting focus and stuff from your phone or tablet, which works nice. And on the left side we have a microphone jack. It's kind of all by itself, you know? And it's also got a flash for photography, which isn't bad. On the sensor side, we have a Micro Four Thirds sensor, 16 megapixels, and the mount plate is metal, but the kit lens that comes with it is plastic for the lens. It feels like a lot of plastic, but it feels pretty durable and small. And the ergonomics of this, it feels great in hand. It actually feels really nice. Feels like it'd be a little more expensive than it is, and that's because you're not really touching completely plastic, because the whole thing is wrapped in like rubber, but the top is plastic. It is kind of nice and light, and it feels pretty good. On top we have all sorts of buttons and knobs. So we got a dedicated record button, a custom function button, 2 adjustment knobs, shutter button, mode adjustment, change your modes, and then picture modes. So you have single burst and 4K burst. 4K burst is pretty cool because it takes video like at 30 frames a second, and then you take the frame that you want from that, which is pretty nice. On the bottom we have a 1/4-20 tripod thread or whatever that is. It fits on tripods, and it is metal, so it's not plastic, so it doesn't just strip off and rip off. It also records in 4K video at 30 frames per second and 24 frames a second. At 1080p, we come in with 60 frames a second and 30, and then 720 we can record in 60. Not 30, I think. Doesn't really matter, you're probably not using 720 anyways. Then on the back of the camera, obviously your flip out screen, you got your autofocus adjustments here, like manual focus, autofocus continuous, autofocus lock. Custom function 5, custom function 4, 2, and 3, the play button, the display button, and all these other buttons that you would care for. It's also got Wi-Fi, so you could use your app with that. I probably already talked about that. Alright, so now let's throw it on the old tripod here and see what its recording is like compared to the Canon T2i, which I'm recording with right now. And we're going to switch over to the internal mic on this so you can kind of see what the microphone that's built in sounds like. So now we're recording with the Panasonic G7. How does it look? How does it sound? This is the built-in mic on it, so it's not going to sound the best because built-in mics are never the best. But this is in 4K at 30 frames a second, and it looks pretty darn good. So a lot of people really don't like the color profiles from Panasonic, but I think it looks pretty darn good. And you have so many options for color profiles as well, so that is nice. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. And if you want to support me, just head over to my Patreon, link in the description. Thanks.